Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So I have about $2.5 million in debt between mortgages, short-term, different car loans, stuff like that. I'm aggressively paying off kind of all the debt except for the mortgages currently.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to see, and I should have that done in about a year to a year and a half based on the way I have it set up. And I'm just trying to see if I should make bigger changes and try to attack everything a little bit more aggressively and get it paid off sooner.
Yeah.
Or
let's
if I
roll
could
it back.
Kind of continue the way I'm going.
Let's roll back and see where this lies. Because when you first told me I have $2.5 million of debt, my pulse quickens. But then when you mentioned real estate, I thought, okay, that makes this a little different. So tell me about the real estate. Can you just go by property, and I'll ask you about each one. So the first property you have, is it a rental, I'm guessing?
Yeah. So first one was a duplex.
Okay.
It's worth about $260,000. I owe about $158,000 on it. So
you owe
monthly payment about $1,300. Yeah.
Okay.
Monthly payment about $1,300. Income's about $2,150.
Okay. So let's go to the next one.
Single family, $270,000. Asset value, debt about $159,000. Payment $1,000. Income $1,750.
Okay. And the next one?
Worth about $310,000. Debt $200,000. Payments $1,481. Income $2,200.
Okay. Is there more?
Yeah. Another single family. That one we're actually trying to sell. We have on Airbnb currently. It's worth about $540,000.
Okay.
Debt $460,000. Payment $3,600. And income about the same. I think after everything's said and done, we're probably losing about $500 a month on that one.
Okay. Anything after that? Number 5?
Yeah, we have a duplex, value $360,000, debt $205,000, payment about $1,460, income $2,800.
Okay. Anything else you want to keep going on?
Yeah, it's quite a few more.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, instead of going through these, here's what I would do if I were in your situation. I don't like that you're carrying $2.5 million of debt. And I love that you love real estate, and I love that you want to get into real estate. Here we would teach a way to do that that's in cash, and it would be you paying off your debt first and saving up to buy cash. You've gone far beyond that. And it is true that some of these may be good investments for you, but not at the tune of you being in $2.5 million of debt. So what I would do if I were in your shoes is I'd list them all out, and I'd say, which ones can I sell off in order to clear this debt out? And are there a few that in the end that I'll be able to keep that do, create some income for me? Because how many do you have total?
It's 18 units total, but we have...
mortgages. How many mortgages?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mortgages counting the personal property.
Okay.
One that's paid off.
So, yeah, what I would do is try to get right side up on this and figure out which ones can I sell that are going to bring the right amount of profit in order for me to clear out this debt? Have you sat down to kind of figure that out yet?
Well, the problem with doing, I've thought about that in the past, but being that pretty much every one of these make a pretty good income after the debt, when I factor in selling them off to pay off the other ones, it reduces the income pretty substantially.
Is this your only income?
It's not as much income as you think. Your margins per house are actually not impressive. And I'm not saying that to be unkind. I'm saying that because I agree with Jade. And I think the best play here is to actually get rid of the duplexes. I'd sell the duplexes today. Mm-hmm. Those are just bad investments, in my opinion. But the point is, I think Jade's right. You can still come out of this thing on top. You got enough equity in these homes, just as you were listing through these, that if you sell X amount, so I would take, I'm making this up, let's say you got 8 properties, I'd take the best 4. I'd start there and go, what are the absolute best 4 properties if you're looking long term, Tyler? And I think you probably know some of these are better than others. True or false?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once you pay those off, as Jay told you, now it's straight profit. But on some of these you were listing, you're like, well, my mortgage is $1,000. I'm making $1,750. That's $750 gross times 12. That's about 10 grand, a little over 10 grand. And that's actually gross. That's after your expenses and taking care of things. all I'm saying is that you're going to be better off with Jade's plan because now you're actually making a sizable chunk and you don't owe any debt and you have no risk. I'd get out of this now.
I mean, the truth, what Ken is saying is right on. And I don't say this to be condescending in any way, but the truth is revenue minus expenses equals profit. And you're in debt. You're in the red because you owe $2.5 million. It would be very different if you're carrying all these properties and you're like, Jade, I've got, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'd be a proponent to this, but if you're like, hey, I'm carrying all this debt, but because of the way it's cash flowing, I'm in the green $2.5 million, but you're in the red.
Right.
So these are not good investments for you. What signals a good and healthy business is profit. And so what you're saying, you're cash flowing, it's not actually profit. It is what really should be happening is you need to be filtering back then in that end to pay off the debt. And so for that reason, what Ken said, what I said before is your way out of this. I want you in the green and I want you doing deals that end with a net profit. And that's not what's taking place here.
Could 4 of these pay off the other 4? Just gut check real quick.
Well, I have, so there's 2. Well, if I take my personal property out of here, that reduces it down to about $1.75 million in mortgages, and then the value would be somewhere around $2.7 million.
Yeah,
so
see,
we have about $1 million in.
Man, okay, so let me paint a different
so-
picture for you. Let's just real numbers. Okay, let's say that you now have $1 million, $1 million, and now you're paying off your personal home, no debt in your life at all, and now you've got real cash flow plus cash. Why is that not the better play in your mind? 0 risk.
Yeah, and your place is paid.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
is that not a better vision? If you don't agree,
Yeah, I would just have.
well,
Yeah, I mean,
you just have to
I-
what? You're acting like this is impossible.
Well, the thing is, we just crumbled your empire. Like I sense that,
Yeah.
you've acquired this over time.
Yeah,
and
but those 4 are going to spit off how much? That's what I'm trying to get you to. Let's say you were left with 4 houses. You got cash, plus they're spitting off, the 4 left are going to spit off what? How much per month?
I would have to see which one's the
Run those
best
numbers.
here, but if I mean,
Yeah.
just off the top of my head, we're probably looking at like, if I just say 3 that equal up close to that, it'd probably be somewhere around, I don't know, 6,000 or so.
Okay, but that's real money now.
Yes.
That's $72,000 in the clear. Mm-hmm. Not paying any debt. You'll have some expenses on that.
Yeah, the truth is, Ken is right. If there's anything good about any of these investments, you should be able to sell off some of them, pocket some cash, get your residence paid for, and keep some of the properties. That's what should be happening here. If for some reason you can't sell these to clear the debt, then something really is wrong.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.